How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here. I hope that you guys are all having a great day. If you guys would, please give this video a thumbs up. If you guys do enjoy it, subscribe, of course, if you guys haven't already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, make sure you guys hit the bell notification button so you guys don't miss out on future videos or streams here on the channel. And as always, if you guys have any movies, TV shows, or games you guys would like me to cover here on the channel, please let me know in the comments down below. You guys can also find me on Twitch at Douglas447. Follow me there so you guys don't miss out on my streams. And enjoy my review of my thoughts of Halo Season 2, Episodes 1 and 2. So I had to take the helmet off so I could actually see, and you guys can actually see me and be able to breathe. Breathing in that Master Chief helmet is horrifying. So guys, Halo Season 2, Episodes 1 and 2 have recently just been released, and I've only watched the first episode all the way through of Season 1. After that, I stopped watching the show. I never watched an entire episode of Season 1. After that, when Master Chief removes his helmet at the end of Episode 1, I was just like, okay. So they're completely going away from the source material. They're doing their own thing, which is fine. My biggest concern is that the showrunners of Season 1 didn't have any actual knowledge. They didn't care about playing the games, reading the comics, or anything of that nature. And because of that, things like Halo Forward Unto Dawn, Nightfall, The Fall of Reach, and the games are still much closer to the original source material and still hold a gigantic special spot in my heart. The showrunners, though, for Season 2 are brand new. Everyone basically is brand new. And they are trying, and you can clearly tell that in the very first two episodes, they're trying to make it where Season 1 really didn't happen. The problem with this quote-unquote reboot/sequel season is that it's trying to be a reboot/sequel season. So not only is it trying to pretend as if those Season 1 didn't happen, but it has to acknowledge that Season 1 did happen. It can't just wipe the slate completely clean. So all of the horrifyingly bad dialogue, plots, and characters and world building from Season 1 have transitioned into Season 2. Now, they're not as bad, but unfortunately they still exist. And hopefully by the end of this season or by the end of the show, they'll just be eradicated. They will be, pun intended, glassed out of existence because I can't take any more of Quan and pirate nonsense. So, my only knowledge of what happened in Season 1 past the first episode were clips online, like of Master Cheeks. Never get that image or meme out of my head ever again. So that is my basic knowledge, is clips and reviews online that happened of Season 1. But right now you can go onto YouTube and you can actually watch the first two episodes of Season 2 completely for free if you don't have Paramount Plus like I don't. So if you guys want, I probably will do a review of not only all of Season 2 if you guys would like, but I probably will get Season 1 and watch it if you guys would like me to review it. So if you guys do, please let me know in the comments down below. So, Season 2, Episodes 1 and 2. The action sequences are great. Even when the action's happening in dark moments or in, like, foggy smoke that's basically used to hide bad CGI, I feel as if though the action still works well. Like, they use the darkness or the smoke to bolster the action, the tension, and the suspense of that scene, and I think it does a great job. Anytime the show, unfortunately, anytime these episodes go into dialogue for too long, it just leads to boredom, especially when you're having like big gigantic conference or, you know, conversations for more than like 30 seconds, and it's between more than two people. Like, if you're having a conversation between two people, it feels impactful. It actually feels meaty. It feels meaningful to what's happening in the plot and for the characters. But anytime there's a big group of characters and they're just babbling back and forth, and they're like, you know, a literal conference room of like 4 Spartans, an admiral, and some other dude that just shows up, it feels weird. It doesn't feel Halo. It just feels like another like drama series, and stuff is just happening. and it's just boring. So when it comes to the Master Chief and his helmet, I know this is a critique a lot of people had with the show. Past the first episode, is that Master Chief constantly was taking his helmet off. Master Chief so far seems to be keeping on his helmet more often than not. He keeps his helmet on, especially when he's in combat or he's doing a training exercise. He does remove it when he's walking around in civilian streets and he's doing civilian like things. I still hate it. I don't understand why he should be doing all these civilian like things. He's Master Chief. He's supposed to just be, Spartan 117, going out into combat missions. Obviously, he's been grounded and his entire team has been put on standby, so he can't. So he's trying to, live a civilian life. But I don't want to see that in Master Chief. I don't care about his civilian life and what he does personally, walking around and going to these Coruscant-like hologram rooms and, jerking off to Cortana. I'm sorry, I don't care. I miss my blue baby that was in my head talking to me and controlling me like I'm a zombie. I just don't like it. Many of the Spartans in the show, they still feel like robotic clones. They feel like clones or robots from like Star Wars. They don't feel like humans. Master Chief, he still sounds, he's still got that deep vocal Master Chief sounding voice, but he still acts like a robot. He's like, "What's your KDR?" And I'm like, "I don't keep score." I'm like, what the... Also, what the hell is Spartan Attack? I've never heard of that ever. It's just hard to relate to these robotic like people that are on screen. Like, that's one reason like shows like Lost and Agents of Shield or Digimon, for example, you can relate to all those characters because they have human qualities. They're not mindless drones. They're not mindless robots. Now, a lot of the Spartans will question orders, which obviously that's realistic, but I think they question orders and they question things way too much and it gets annoying. It's like, okay, the political side of the military has a reason for why they're putting you on standby, and you haven't given them a reason for them to not put you on standby. Give them a good reason for them to not be on standby. You're just talking and repeating yourself over and over and over and over again without any actual proof, without actual physical evidence. It's just irritating. The show so far seems to be building up to the fall of Reach, which I hope season 2 will lean heavily into that. It seems like they're going to do that. It seems that season 2 is going to end with Reach falling, which would mean if they're going to follow the games in the comics, that season 3 would basically be this show's incarnation of Halo 1 Combat Evolved, which would be great because, this is a Halo show and we haven't had anything to deal with when it comes to the Halo rings. Like, I don't know if the Flood showed up in season 1 or not. I don't think it did. But I'm like, all we've had is the Covenant and Pirates and Cortana Evil and Outposts and, hey, looky, remember this from the game? Hey, remember this from the comic? And I'm just like, can we get to the game? Can you just do a live action version of the games? So I'm hoping that's what season 3 is that it's going to be Combat Evolved. And that season 4 would be Halo 2, season 5 would be Halo 3, season 6 would be Halo 4. Yeah. As long as they keep pumping out games, they can keep pumping out more seasons of Halo. Oh, goodness, this show will never end. The pirate hideout and the pirate plot in this season, I don't care. It's just weird. It's pointless. It's not Halo. Anything pirate or magical or mythical, it doesn't feel Halo. Obviously, magical things and like relics and that type of stuff, that's been in the games, that's been in the comics, but this pirate stuff, I'm not interested in watching Pirates of the Caribbean in space in a Halo show, okay? I just don't care. I still think, though, that the uniforms, the armor, the guns, they look accurate to the source material. Last couple things. Unless Master Chief is part of a scene, I think the show is just boring. Anytime Master Chief's not part of an actual scene or a set of scenes building up to something, I don't care. Anytime it's, involving pirates, Dr. Halsey being in this Oni and not ONI. I don't know why the show has to keep calling them the ONI. It's the Oni. Just own it. Just it frustrates me that they can't say proper Halo things. It's like the last Airbender movie where they were butchering Aang's name. It's like it's Ong. It's not Ong. It's Aang. Irritating. I think the show has a great soundtrack. I think the opening scene is really cool. It's kind of funny that they kind of end it with the Halo ring, even though we haven't been to a Halo ring in the Halo show. What the fuck? What's the point of calling your show Halo if it has nothing to do with Halo rings? It just makes no sense. And then lastly, I think the Marines in the episodes are stupid. They're still stupid. They're still cannon fodder for the sake of the Sangheili to just destroy. The Marines just make dumb decisions. Like at the end of episode 2, they literally walk into a dark hallway with ARs, which, by the way, if you've ever played any of the games or read the comics, ARs have freaking flashlights as an underbarrel. Why don't they have any flashlights? Why don't the Marines have flares? They literally just walk into a dark corridor knowing for a fact there's something in there. Why are you walking? What military genius thought that was a good idea? No wonder they all died. Just let's shoot our soldiers straight into a dark room where the enemy we know for a fact is, and hope they don't die. I'm sorry, just dumb, just dumb. Overall, season 2, it is a slight improvement over season 1 that I can tell so far. I definitely feel slightly more intrigued to watch season 2 than I did season 1. But it still falls into a lot of the problems that season 1 had. And I don't think, unfortunately, this show is ever going to be able to resolve these problems. They're going to linger unless they kill these characters off and bring in new writers that can actually just be like, hey, I actually played all the games. Hey, I actually know a lot about the comics and the source material. Hey, please hire me so we can make season 3 a banger of a season and actually take place on a Halo ring or deal with the Halo rings. Something. I mean, Halo 2, you didn't really spend all that much time on a Halo ring, but it dealt with the aftermath of the very first game, and the first game you spent most of the time on the Halo ring. So it's like, come on. You can't just slap a name title on a show and expect people to be like, this is what I remember, because it's not. Okay? It's just not. I'm not going to give a score for these episodes. If and when I do a season 2 review, then I probably will. But I'm not all that interested in doing a score. I think it's better than season 1. It's interesting. I'm curious to see where it goes. But that's about it. If I had to give a score as it stands right now, I would probably give, just based on the first 2 episodes of season 2, a 6 out of 10. So that's going to do it. Thank you guys for watching. Have an awesome day. And I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye, guys.